Good morning. Hi, rowers. How you doing? Oh, we got some music starting. That's my alarm. It is morning here where I am. The sun is just coming up in Verona, Wisconsin, where I'm coming to you from today. It might be evening where you are. It might be afternoon. It might be a lazy weekend. Thanks for joining me wherever you are, whenever you are. Today, we're going to do some 8-minute pieces. And this is our kind of transition out of some busy head races, getting ready for daylight savings chime changing, which happens in a week from now. Yeah. So shifting, change, that's kind of the theme of the day. And what is going to get us used to shifting seasons and making changes that work out well for us. So the theme of the day, as we go through some 8-minute pieces today, is consistency and working on some good technique. We are not going to push 3 8-minute sprints today. No. We're going to push at pretty consistent stroke rates that are not all that high. And I want to see and feel, and I want you to see and feel some of your best technical rowing today throughout these pieces. So let's get it started. If you have not warmed up at all, you might want to give yourselves 3 or 4 minutes, hit pause here, just get the blood going a little bit. You can also use the first piece today as your warm up. But again, if we really want to go for consistency, see if you can get the blood going a little bit before we start in today, if you need to. Otherwise, if you're pressed for time, we're going to make it work. Nevertheless, any way you slice it. 8-minute pieces. We're going to do 3 of them. We're going to take 3 minutes of break in between each to get water, hydrate, get ourselves put together again. Our first is going to start at a 20 stroke rate. We're going to try to hold a consistent 20 stroke rate through this. And I want you to think about where you are at the catch and how you're taking that handle with you. Something that's sort of almost conflicting in the sport of rowing is that our legs are kind of the first thing to push on the power phase. So we're up here at the catch, we push with the legs, but we need that handle to come with us so that that oar moves through the water, or so that those numbers move on our rower here, right? So we need to take that handle with us. So I really want you to be thinking about your lats, because that is the connection between your legs and that handle coming with you. So the way that the handle moves with you by pushing legs is going to be what happens in the lats, not the shoulders, not the little arms, not in here, not so much here, more in here, and how we hold and brace our core. So I want you really thinking, sorry, I'm just getting adjusted here, about catches during this first series of 8 minutes. Then we'll take 3 minutes rest. I'll recalibrate another focus point for us to kind of think about on the second one. So let's get our monitor set up for this. We're going to go to menu, select workout, new workout, and we're going to hit intervals and intervals time. So menu, select workout, new workout, intervals by time. Our set time today is going to be 8 minutes. I'm going to plus this up to an 8. We're going to set rest time of 3 minutes, 3 minutes in between the sets to paddle, to get a drink of water, to kind of reset ourselves. So once again, 8 minutes of set time, 3 minutes of rest time. Once you've got that set in, you can hit your check mark. And remember, this first piece here, we're going for a 20 stroke rating, really being mindful of our technique, especially that front end, the catch. Where's your body at the catch? How is it transitioning from the catch into the drive? Let's grab our handles and start this first 8-minute piece here. Sitting ready, all ready from the start here, dropping shoulders, getting that butt behind the shoulders, ready to bring the handle with you as you drive with the legs. We'll start our strokes in 3, 2, 1. Here we go into that 8 minutes. We're going to take our first few strokes here to find consistency at that rating. We want the rating to be 20 strokes per minute. And especially for this first minute here, I want you to just find that consistent 20 stroke rating. Be mindful of where that body is at the catch. Are you getting to full compression? Are you wanting to start a little bit early? Or what happens sometimes in head race season, are you trying to kind of lay flat and grab for more? We want to try to correct that a little bit here. Sitting up tall, ready for that catch as it comes. Staying right on that 20 stroke rate. Splits and effort level here. And now that we're 1 minute in, I want you to think about getting some heat generated for this first 8-minute piece here. We'll be at maybe around a 5 out of 10 on the rate of perceived exertion scale. I'll tell you, I got a pretty leisurely split going here for myself because I'm still sort of 1 week past the end of head race season. Taking a little time off to be restful, restorative, and just getting back used to moving again with consistency and having that kind of tiredness, I guess, or restfulness, we'll call it. Having that open up the opportunity to really be focused on technique here. 2 minutes into this 8-minute piece. Think about from your rib cage up right now. What's happening here over the next 30 seconds? For me, I've got a really loose grip on the handle. Tops of the shoulders are tension free. I'm getting those hands away and up, ready for the catch. So that right at this front end, there's no last minute movement. There's just full compression and ready to go. No last minute lifting up of those hands. No dumping forward. Just tall and ready to go. I'm thinking very relaxed from the ribs up, but also really connected. Relax, connected, squeeze, take the handle with you. Relax, connected, squeeze, take that handle with you. Still at this 20 stroke rate here. Just over 3 minutes into this piece. Consistency. If you can, for some of these, you could even hook it up in the 3 minutes rest we have. See if you can get a mirror on yourself, or see if you can get a camera going for at least a section of a piece. Sometimes we feel in the body something that's not quite what we're doing. You might say, yeah, my shoulders are relaxed. I feel relaxed in the shoulders, but are you really? Let it go. Consistency at the catch. Full compression, butt to ankles without tucking underneath you. Keeping the butt behind the shoulders. Halfway through this first piece. Looking strong, way to go. We're just going to keep that effort where it's been, about a 5 out of 10 on the RPE scale. We're pushing, not just paddling, but we're not going for any 8-minute record PR times here. Breathe. Think about that handle. How relaxed can you be with that grip? Inevitably, if you've got too strong a grip, it's going to bring tension into the shoulders. It's going to bring tension into the small muscles of the arms that don't really serve us for too many strokes with good strength and endurance. They're going to wear out on us. So we want to keep those relaxed, doing their job into the finish, but nice and relaxed, just a solid connection at the front end at the catch. Whew. Breathing, sitting up tall. Keeping that 20 on. 5.5 minutes about at this 20. Hopefully it's starting to feel like a reproducible rhythm for you. Like you've got some flow, some ratio. Push, easy, easy. Push, easy, easy. That's it. Nice rhythm here as we continue to cruise right into our last 2 minutes of this piece here. Right at that 20. 40 strokes or so to go. Can these be your best 40 strokes of the morning, the evening so far? What is it going to take for that to happen? Sitting up tall, squeeze, press, and send. Take that handle with you. Lats are what is going to help take that handle along. Minute 30 to go. We're almost there at this 20. Listen to that ratioed sound on the rower. Enjoy it. Whoosh. Easy. Boom. Easy. Loud, quiet. That's it. Way to make that connection. 1 more minute to go here. 1 minute. No waiting at the catch at this 20. Once you're up there, lock, press, and send. Keep that continuous flow. We're getting there. 30 seconds left here, just 30 seconds to go. Keep it at that 20. Take a look at your meters adding up. Where are you going to land for meters on this one? 15 seconds. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Look at all that hard work you've done so far. Couple more strokes here. 3, 2, 1. Easy rest. Nice job. 1 down, and we've got 3 minutes rest here. Take a drink, take some paddle strokes. Take it easy. Right. Just about 2:25 left in our rest. I'm taking some arms and body strokes here to keep my hamstrings happy this early morning here in Wisconsin. Happy hamstrings will keep you rowing strong through these pieces. That was our first piece at a 20. We really looked at the front end. What happens at the front end? How we're relaxed from the ribs up, but still really firmly connected using our lats here. That's what helps translate that leg push into the handle moving, into the oar going through the water. You got to have that strong lat connection. All right. We're going to shift gears a little bit here. Piece number 2, we're going to take at an 18. Take a look at the meters that you pulled for this first piece here. It's the day after Halloween as I'm recording this. Spooky, spooky. I got 1,666 meters. Ooh. Take a look at your meters that you pulled for that first one. Hopefully you did somewhere around that. Hopefully you broke 1,000, maybe 1,500. Maybe you went over 2K. Looks good. Got our last minute of rest here. The next set, we're going to take 8 minutes at an 18. I want you to see if you can get close to the same meters. That's going to mean a little more effort, a little more squeeze with each push. Where our technical focus is going to go, it's just the opposite end of the stroke. We're going to look at finishes. Where are we hitting our marks at the finish? And are we able to hold on to a strong finish without tensing up the shoulders, without leaning back too far? Just making a strong finish that we hold on to, taking our time through the recovery up to the next stroke because we're taking that rate down by 2 beats compared to the previous piece. 20 seconds to go. Then we're going to start 8 minutes at an 18. Look at your meters. because that's what you're going after. You'll see it projected at the bottom, depending on how you have your display set up. I want you to see if you can get close to that. Might be a little bit more of a push. We'll start it up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 8 minutes on. We'll take our first few strokes just to find that 18. It's going to feel a little bit different from the piece before. Finding that 18 without lunging and dumping at the front end, but we also don't want to sit still at the front end waiting for it to happen. If we need to, we slow down the recovery to dial in that 18 rhythm. Find it, hold it. Now let's start to think about our finishes. Just be in observation mode here as we round out this first minute. Keeping intact all those things that we focused on in the first piece, the lat engagement, the relaxed shoulders, the easy grip. Now let's think about finishes. Nice and high, hold them. Think about holding them almost like a little nano pause at the finish for the next 8 strokes. Ready? Here we go. 1. Think about that finish. Hold it. Hold the core up. That was 2. 3. 4. Finish strong. Watch those splits drop. 3 more like that. 1. Hold it. 2, almost like a little pause. 3, there's our focus. 8. Now, work that into your flow, your stroke sequence right here. Continue holding that strong finish and working it through to a continuous stroke flow, holding that 18 rate. Phew. Starting to heat things up now. Just take a look at your projected finish. Where is that compared to where you got your meters in the first piece? Are you chasing down the U from before? I hope you're at least close. Oh yeah, 18 here. Make it flow for you. Sit up tall. How tall can you get at the finish? Think about where that neck and chin want to go to. Do we want to collapse down at the finish? Ooh. Or can we stay up high, kicking us right out of bow into that next recovery, next lock, press, and send? Keep laying down those 18 stroke rate strokes. Working our way towards halfway through this piece. Take a look here at your projected meters. You're gonna hold your feet to the fire a little bit here. Chase down those meters from the first piece. It's a little bit heavier lift, maybe at this 18, to meet or beat those meters from the first piece. But we can do it without strain if we're rowing well, if we've got good compression at the catch, and then like we're focusing in this piece, hitting our marks, holding a strong finish. Hit that mark, hold a strong, kick it out of bow. That's it. Nice job. Find that flow. See if you can work without stopping the stroke anywhere, but really punctuating all the parts you need to in good sequence. Hold that finish, shoulders down, swing it out a bow. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Sometimes something that can help us swing out a bow is squeezing the glutes. When you hold that strong finish, think about a little butt squeeze here, a little glute activation. Whee! That can help kick you out of bow. Get ready for a strong recovery into the next catch, lock, press, and send. Look at your meters. How you doing? Without power grunting through the lift, keeping it smooth, keeping it sequenced, can you create a platform to chase down those meters from the first piece? Right now, I'm projecting about 30 meters more than my first piece, 40 meters more. I'm on target. Got to stay there for the next 2 minutes. It's less than 40 strokes if you're at the right rate. It's just 36 strokes from here. Make every single one count. What can this do for you? What can this next catch do for you? What can this next finish do for you? That's it. Right at that 18. You got it. Sit up tall. Hunting down those meters here. If we keep that flywheel spinning, if we don't let the momentum drop off, we can push hard and efficient, make it feel easy at this 18 and still be working really strong. Where are you on your meters? Sit up tall, squeeze the butt, relax the shoulders. Less than 18 strokes to go. Coming up to our last 50 seconds. Here we go. Keep that flow on. No rush and stroke rate to the finish line here. Just squeezing through to get those meters on the board. Looking good. That's it, 30 seconds to go. Stay with me. Push yourself. 20 seconds right here. All right. Almost there. 6 seconds, last couple strokes. 3, 2, 1. You did it. We did it. You did it. Nice work. 3 minutes to rest here. Yeah. That was fun. So sometimes when we push hard at those low stroke rates, we might come out of those pieces with fatigue in the shoulder, fatigue in the arms, fatigue in the low back. That's good feedback that you're pushing, yes, going for more meters, but you can do it with the same efficiency that we row at higher rates. You can get that body into position, holding strong catches, squeezing the glutes, relaxing the shoulders, making that connection with the really strong, big muscles in the lats that will sustain you much stronger, much longer, especially at those lower stroke rates, to make that connection and press through. How'd your meters go? Did you come close to the first piece? Maybe you beat the first piece? I beat my first piece by about 40 meters. If you came close, that's good. If you were on track to come close and maybe kind of lost it at the end, that's fine too. Hopefully you kept it to that 18 and kept a good stroke sequence going. Again, this is a workout that marks kind of a transition in seasons from prep for head racing, which is longer but still very aggressive, coming into what for many of us, depending on where we live, can be a long winter. So we want to make sure if we're spending that long winter doing some indoor workouts, rowing fewer times with fewer other crewmates or maybe coach's eyes on us, we want to make sure that we're imprinting a really good technical stroke sequence so that all those hours and minutes and reps that we spend inside are really working us not only towards a stronger athlete, but a better rower, right? A better rower. All right. We got about 45 seconds until we do piece number 3. It's going by lickety split. I can't believe it. We're almost on our third piece. Third piece, I want you a minimum 20 stroke rate, minimum 20, a maximum 24, no higher. At the different minute marks, I'm going to take it up. I'm going to probably sit around a base of 20-ish, 20, 21, and take it up at each minute mark to a little higher stroke rate for about 5 strokes at a time. I'll call us into those. You can join me if you want, or you can stay at a steady pace all throughout if you want. But we get started here in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here's our third 8-minute piece. Finding a base stroke rate somewhere 20 to 24. I know for me, I get really programmed in at the 18. So now even laying down this base rate of 20 feels like a pretty big change for me. So give yourself that time to find a base pace here, working through this first minute. Third piece, we're putting the 2 ends of the stroke together. We worked on strong catches in the first piece, strong finishes in the second piece. Now, what's happening between those 2 moments? Strong leg drive, getting those knees down, opening up the body only after the knees are most of the way down, remembering our sequence. And that means I missed my first minute kind of pushing rate. That's okay. We'll catch it on minute number 2. Thinking about putting it together here. If you don't have a mirror or camera to see yourself, feel yourself. Where's that chest in relation to the thighs? Where are my shoulders in relation to my ribs and my ears? I want them closer to the ribs than the ears. Where do I start to feel tension in my arms? Am I breaking my arms early, right at the catch? Think about it. Feel a strong squeezing connection. All right. Here comes 2 minutes down. On this next one, I'm going to take the rate up a bit for 5. Right here for 5. 1. I'm at about a 22, 23. 2. 3. 2 more. 4. 5. Then I'm going to lengthen back to my base, which for me is around a 20, 21. Maybe for you, it's a 22. If it is higher than a 24, then please lengthen out. Think about keeping that butt behind the shoulders, having patience with the knees. A lot of times, especially if we have less long legs, we tend to pop those knees right up. Patience. All right. Another minute marker coming up. I'm going to take my stroke rate up and think about patient knees on this one for 5. 1, patient knees. 2, bodies out of bow. 3, right at the 24. 4, 1 more. 5, and then back to our base rate. That gets the body a little warm. That's good. Inching our way through to the halfway point of this third and final piece today. Looking good, feeling good, breathing, sitting up tall. Take the next 20 seconds to think about 2 cues that you think will be helpful for you. 2 reminders that you need. And think about what 2 reminders you might need as we bring the rate up here. Another minute marker. I'm going to bring the rate up on this next one for 5 strokes. 1, right to 24, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, 5, and then back to base. When you identify just like 1, 2, maybe 3 things, you can find a mantra to keep you on track with those little reminder, technical improvement pieces to cue yourself so that when you're spending more time indoors, more time on the rower, maybe over the winter season, you can self-coach a little bit. Maybe it's patient knees. Maybe you got to remind yourself to get the knuckles over the knees. Let's think about that here as we build rate, right here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to that base rate. Maybe you notice, as I just did, on the first stroke of building that rate, I overcompressed. I really tried to reach at the front end instead of just kind of goosing up that leg drive speed. So that's going to be my cue reminder to myself the next time I build rate, which is going to come in about 20 seconds. Just flying through this piece here. Take a look at your projected meters. Hopefully you're in the ballpark of your previous 2 pieces. All right, I'm going to build rate on this one for 5. Building rate. 1, have fun with it. 2, but row well. 3, 2 more. 4, 5, back to that base rate. What might be a good trick to master over the winter, if you can do it with video or a mirror or a friend. Making your technique look largely the same, whether you're at an 18, a 24, or a 28 on the erg. Can you be consistent and technically proficient at multiple ratings? All right, here comes an opportunity to build that rate again. Consistent technique. Ready? We'll do it for 5 on this one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to base rate. Wherever that is for you. Just about 40 seconds left. Let me get a breather. "30 seconds. Best strokes of the day so far." What does that take for you to lay down the best strokes of the day so far right here? Technically, professional rowing. Breathe, sequence, drive those catches, hold on to the finishes for the next 10 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. You did it. You did it. All right. We got a 3-minute break here. That's our third of 3 intervals. So we're done with intervals. I'm going to take at least the first minute or so of this break to paddle out. Making some arms and body strokes for me to work into those hammies. Winter is a great time to take time and make time for some of the extras. depending on what training plan or patterns you're following, you might have some really long pieces in there on the erg. Sometimes it gets crunchy for time, but I think there's always time to find, even if it's squeezing a minute or two off your ergs, in the interest of a long cool down and working on some pieces with the body so that we don't just walk through the winter a tense, cold, mangled mess. Don't quote me on this, but I would even dare say that in the middle of winter, knocking 3 or 4 minutes off a really long, steady state piece in the interest of doing some body work off the rower to keep that mobility up, to keep those stabilizer muscles and balance muscles activated and in tune is an okay choice. It's an okay choice. All right, we got another minute and change on the break here. You can hit stop on your monitor if you want to, or you can row for the remainder of this minute. I'm going to take another 5 strokes here before I call myself done. But yeah, it's winter. Make the time, take the time so that you don't come out of winter like, oh, great, I trained. But like, oh, great, I trained, right? All right. Congratulations. I'm going to hit my menu button here. I'm going to take a look at my results. Join me if you want to. The way we do that is to hit memory. We're on our main menu here, memory, list by date. It should point to our 3 by 8 minutes. And you hit the little magnifying glass. You can see your total meters for each 8 minutes, your average 500 meter split, and your stroke rate. Hopefully for the first piece, we all stuck at a 20, second piece at an 18, third piece somewhere between a 20 and a 24. Thank you so much for joining me. Please take that time to run some stretches with your body to make sure that you're feeling good. Again, this is kind of marking a transition. You might be doing this workout at a different time, but the time we're recording, it's marking a transition into that long, for us in Wisconsin, off the water period. And this is a good way to start the way you mean to continue, with great technique, good endurance, and a positive attitude. Thanks for joining me. This was so much fun. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.